Some of your strengths as a leader, I believe, is just to love. To love everybody out there, because everybody's scared. Everybody wants to be able to buy their groceries. I think being a leader means to lead, but just to be an example. If I can do it, anybody can do it. 'Cause I got high hopes.
I want you to be here with me next year.
Or is it just a game? 'Cause I got high hopes.
This video is sponsored by EarthBreeze. EarthBreeze got rid of everything that was wrong with old-fashioned laundry detergent. It's better for the planet and it's so much easier to use. 91% of laundry detergent jugs end up in landfills and don't get recycled. That's 700 million jugs of detergent that end up in landfills or even the oceans, and that's just from the USA alone. EarthBreeze will get you saying bye-bye to all those heavy, wasteful plastic jugs. As a fun-sized human myself, lugging one of those gigantic liquid detergent jugs into my house, it's physically demanding for me to do. Plus they take up so much room, and I don't even have a laundry room. I have basically a laundry closet. There's no room for anything in here. But EarthBreeze helps me clear up the little space that I do have. Like, this takes up no space. And these powerful little boys look like dryer sheets, but they're eco sheets. They're sheets of soap. They're revolutionary liquidless laundry detergent that dissolves 100% in hot or cold water in any type of cycle or machine. The packaging's lightweight, biodegradable, and it's delivered right to your door for free via carbon neutral shipping. Their flexible subscriptions can be self-managed, so you can adjust, pause, or cancel anytime without hidden fees or extras. The packaging is literally cardboard, so you don't have to worry about filling up landfills and destroying the oceans. They're hypoallergenic and they're dermatologist tested. And there's even a fragrance-free option, but I gotta tell you, when I opened my mailbox and got these out today, I was like hit in the face with a whiff of fresh laundry smell, and it was great. They smell really good, but hey, if fragrance makes your skin not feel so great, then they have a fragrance-free option for you too. They have a 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back, no questions asked, no need to return. And that's pretty huge. Most importantly, EarthBreeze is tough on stains and odors. You will always get a powerful clean with EarthBreeze. And to prove that, I just went camping this weekend and I still have a lot of laundry to do, so this is perfect actually. We got rained on, so my kids got super dirty, but check out how clean it gets my kids' clothes. EarthBreeze packs a ton of power into these little sheets. If you're ready to get started with EarthBreeze, which I highly recommend because really there is no reason not to switch at this point, but I do have a special offer for you. Go to earthbreeze.com/SavannahMarie to get started with 40% off. That's earthbreeze.com/SavannahMarie for 40% off of your subscription. Thanks again, EarthBreeze, for sponsoring today's video. These are really fun to tear. And guess what? Even though I'm like destroying it, it still works. Thank you for checking out the sponsors on this channel. It really means a lot to me and it helps me out a lot because they keep coming back. So thank you guys. Now let's get on with the video. MLM conferences have a way of glamorizing the industry, which in and of itself isn't glamorous at all. MLM, or multi-level marketing, is an industry in which 1 in 13 adults have participated in. According to the Direct Selling Association, there are about 6.2 million people in the US alone who are actively involved in a company like this. While wellness companies such as Amari, Herbalife, or Prove It are among the most popular of the MLM categories, there's basically an MLM for everything, including $5 jewelry that's been allegedly laced with lead and other heavy metals according to some third-party testing. And yes, I'm specifically talking about Paparazzi accessories here. Founded in 2011 by sisters Tracey Kirby and Tracey Reid, or is it Shani? I don't know and I don't care. also their husbands Trent and Ryan, respectively. Paparazzi takes your average low-income person and turns them into $5 bling bosses. Well, that's what they say they'll do anyway. Most critics of paparazzi agree that their jewelry is gaudy, ugly, unfashionable, obnoxious, and most of us can't find a single piece that we would wear. But in the same way that LuLaRoe was successful selling the world's ugliest leggings, paparazzi managed to do the same with their jewelry. The distributors wear it every day, mainly with sets of matching earrings, necklaces, and bracelets. Try to think of the most obnoxious, loud combination of jewelry that you could possibly wear. That's their everyday style. If you're asking yourself how one becomes financially free selling jewelry that goes for $5 a pop, the answer is most people don't. Even some of their most successful top distributors are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. That usually happens when most of these people buy more inventory than they could ever sell, and they buy it at $2.75 per piece. If they sell a piece, the profit is $2.25. You need to sell a lot of this stuff to become financially free from it. The ones who are truly successful in paparazzi are the uplines, who make money off of the inventory that their downline buys, not sells. This makes paparazzi the most obvious pyramid scheme out there right now, in my opinion. Because according to the FTC, if you make more money recruiting than you do actually selling the product, it's a pyramid scheme. Most people are not turning a profit just by selling the jewelry. The ones making all the money are the ones at the top with tens of thousands of people in their downline beneath them. Yeah, in my opinion, total pyramid scheme, absolute scam, and every bad thing that you can think of to describe them. And there are multiple active lawsuits against paparazzi right now, some claiming that it's operating as an illegal pyramid scheme, but most of them are suing over the lead content of their jewelry. None of that stops them from having their annual convention in fabulous Las Vegas, baby! Most notably 2 years ago when paparazzi held their COVID super spreader event in which hundreds of people contracted and spread the virus, and from what I'm told, over 20 people who attended the conference died from COVID in the weeks and months following the convention. Mind you, this was held after the vaccines were widely available, and quite frankly, a majority of the people who are involved in paparazzi believe that they can conquer all things, including coronavirus, through Christ. And sorry, Deborah, that's not how this works at all. I covered their COVID super spreader event in depth when it happened, so I'll have all of those videos linked down below if you want to travel back in time. I also covered last year's convention in depth, so of course I wanted to cover it again this year because wow, when I say that these conventions are a dumpster fire, I mean it. It's just something I need to put on display every year. Of all the MLMs out there, paparazzi does a good job at hyping it up into oblivion. They've been holding it at the MGM Grand on the Vegas Strip for a few years now. Their Garden Arena holds about 17,000 people, making it a perfect venue to host big names in entertainment. In previous years, they had private concerts for convention attendees by Pitbull, Train, One Republic, Carrie Underwood, Florida Georgia Line, and more. And they boast about staging some of the best motivational speakers and network marketing trainers in the world. And of course, the glamour, the lights, and energy in a place like Vegas make for engaging social media posts meant to make your followers envious of what a great time you're having, all because of $5 jewelry. The same exact kind of social media posts that probably convinced them to join too, made by paparazzi distributors who probably aren't making a profit selling this stuff themselves. So now that we have a brief overview of paparazzi, I'd like to dive into the 2023 convention titled Made for More. One thing you need to understand is that paparazzi sells tickets to this thing. Yeah, so every person who attends this thing is charged $245. They also have to pay for their hotel rooms, which is a discounted rate of $108 plus the $37 resort fee every night, equaling $145 per night. If a consultant stays all 4 days of the convention, they'll be forking over $580 for their hotel accommodations. And unless you're one of the elites, paparazzi isn't paying for your food, drinks, travel, or outside entertainment either. With all that in mind, most of these people are probably spending between $1,500 and $2,000 to attend this event. I only say that because I'm a frequent Vegas goer and I know how expensive food and leisure can be out there. Plus, like, the MGM Grand has a large casino, obviously, like every other hotel on the Vegas Strip. If you're a gambler, you can can spend a lot of money there. As an Arizona resident myself, I always just take the 4-hour drive to Vegas. I never fly, but July is during their peak travel time, so I can't imagine that plane tickets are cheap right now. It's a lot of money for your average middle-class person, let alone people who are most likely not even breaking even in their paparazzi business. It's actually really important to point out that events like these in the MLM industry are seen as part of your commitment to your company and to your team. You'll always be pressured to attend these events, and if you say you can't afford it, they tell you to hustle harder so that you can afford it. If you don't find a way to attend, then are you really committed to your business? All of your team members made it, why couldn't you? It's very sad, it's manipulative, and it's predatory as hell. With all of that information under our belts, let's observe the timeline of events that went on at the Made for More convention this year. And actually, the day before the convention kicked off, there was a paparazzi wedding. Yeah, imagine being so deep into your MLM that you decide to get married the day before and then spend your honeymoon at convention. I know Vegas has a stigma of getting hitched at the spur of the moment, but like, you still have to plan it. You have to get a marriage license and stuff. You can't just pull and Mrs. Ross and Mr. Rachel and get drunk and wake up married there.
Hello, Mrs. Ross!
Hello, Mr. Rachel!
Congrats to the happy couple and everything, but just why? Some attendees showed up a few days early, such as the lovely couple we just discussed, but also some of paparazzi's biggest stars, like our girl Carla Neal Pierce. When you're a paparazzi upline with a team of allegedly 90,000 people, like Carla Neal Pierce says, you can't just stay in any old hotel room. No, you need to be all bougie as hell. Book that penthouse, baby. You also need to make sure that you show up a few days early to show off your penthouse to attendees who will be showing up on the coming days by going live and selling jewelry just like you would be doing at home. As if to say, look where I am. If I can do this, anyone can do this. Which, side note, you can't and you won't. Carla makes the bulk of her money from her downline's inventory purchases, not necessarily what they actually sell. And she says that her downline is 90,000 people strong. You cannot recruit 90,000 people. You simply cannot do it. I'm sorry to dash anybody's dreams, but the chances of you being successful in not only paparazzi, but any MLM, especially to this extent, is slim to none. Like, we are talking a fraction of a singular percent here. Our boy Taylor Kirby posted a tour of her room on his Facebook Live. Also, his beard has gotten so long. Oh my god.
And look at this. My hotel room does not look like this, Miss Carla.
One thing I always find so interesting with these MLM events is how the top uplines are treated like celebrities. They literally cannot walk the halls without being stopped every 5 seconds to take a picture with consultant after consultant. It's like spotting a Disney character at Disneyland. People line up to take pictures with them. This kind of attention is one of the many things that keeps convention goers invested in the company.
If I just stick around for one more year, maybe I'll be like them at next convention.
The glamour of it all serves as inspiration for the bottom 99%, and those people will never make it this far. Carla also posted a video of her walking to her Blockbuster photo shoot. So Blockbusters are pieces of jewelry that paparazzi brings back by popular demand. So if you buy a certain amount of inventory per year, notice I said buy, not sell, you hit ranks in their life of the party club basically, and the higher ranks get to do a photo shoot modeling Blockbuster pieces.
Headed to take my Blockbuster photo shoot. Based on your personal sales, depending on how much jewelry you sell, you get an opportunity to have a Blockbuster photo shoot. And this is my 6th year qualifying. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I find it interesting that Carla says in this video that she qualified based on personal sales, and that's just a straight up lie. It's based on how much personal inventory you bought, not necessarily how much you sold.
Life of the party numbers are based on your personal volume, what you are ordering from your back office.
Paparazzi doesn't track the personal sales of their consultants because most people just buy inventory out of the back office and sell it on Facebook Live or TikTok or whatever. Once it leaves paparazzi's warehouse, paparazzi could not care less what happens to it. They already got their money. They don't care if you sell it or not. You don't have to report whatever you sell. There's no way for them to actually track that. I'll get into the details of that life of the party club in a minute here, but yeah, seeing an elite upline live bragging about how she gets to go do a modeling photo shoot because she spent so much money on inventory isn't the brag that any of these people think that it is. As you can see by this video of other consultants arriving at the MGM Grand before convention festivities begin, the MGM Grand is plastered with paparazzi. I think I would absolutely cry if I walked into the MGM Grand and saw it just downgraded like this in such a sad state.
In the hallways, on banners, on pillars, on windows, everywhere, there are pictures of our upcoming jewelry. I'm gonna snag pictures of that and be posting for you guys to get a little sneaky peeky at some of those.
According to this consultant, all of the pictures on display inside the MGM Grand are supposed to be sneak peeks of jewelry that paparazzi will be showcasing at the convention, including these star earrings that literally look like someone bent a paperclip and shoved it in their ear hole.
I really like that. That is an earring. Y'all might be thinking that's a hair clip.
That's an earring.
That's an earring, y'all.
That's an earring.
Hey, fellas, if you can't tell the difference between a hair clip and an earring, it's probably not cute. It's probably obnoxious and no one should be wearing it. Sunday night, July 23rd, they had an elite invite-only dinner at a restaurant. Come on, ma'am. You can do it. You got this. Just put your phone on a tripod like a normal person. Oh my god. Excuse me. A restaurant called Fogo de Chao, which is a Brazilian steakhouse that's slightly off the strip. And while they normally sell moderately priced dishes that you would expect to see at any steakhouse, it looks like they just kind of had a seafood buffet style spread, which, let's be honest, that food looks delicious. They apparently rented out the entire restaurant for this event. I can't even hate on a dinner like this. I'd run a train all over everything. And how better to send a wink wink nudge nudge to your friends and family on social media by posting pictures of yourself taking a limo to dinner. They'll definitely want to join your downline so that they can totally get invited to this dinner next year. Most of the content I found from this dinner was just a bunch of paparazzi distributors taking selfies with each other, but oh my god, look at the filter on Taylor Kirby's face. This is so unnatural, sis. Good lord, you are not fooling anybody. Every year when consultants attend the convention, paparazzi gives them swag. There are a lot of people posting pictures of this stuff, so here's what I've gathered. Everyone who attends convention got this black backpack. Inside the backpack there was a t-shirt, a notebook, and a pen, and exclusive convention pieces that look like this.
Pearl earrings on the front, and then a cluster of rhinestones made for more kind of chunky chain, and then it has the paparazzi logo on it. It is a butterfly necklace. So pretty. So pretty. And look at the little dangle down earrings.
The notebook actually appears to be some sort of scavenger hunt notebook slash scrapbook slash writing prompt journal. It's like a notebook made specifically to take notes while at convention, while also encouraging you to take selfies at all hours of the day, among other things.
Don't forget to visit selfie spots. Keep an eye out for staff members handing out goodies. Enjoy convention.
Also, the founders have their own collectible trading cards that I think are being handed out in the scavenger hunt type thing the notebook was talking about. Will somebody tell them that they're not baseball stars or they're not super cool Pokemon? If I ever stumbled across Trent Kirby in Pokemon Go, I would throw my phone. People who made it to Life of the Party got this black tote for free, along with this hat that says I like it, I wear it, when it should really say I sell it, I wear it, if we're being totally honest. There's no way in hell anyone likes everything that paparazzi sells. Meanwhile, they'll all wear everything. Like, come on. This pink bag, stamped with the words, "All the pretty little things," is a gift if you bought your ticket to convention in the first week that they opened up registration. The paparazzi elite uplines got another bag. What is that, 3 bags so far? I don't think they need this many bags, but okay. Inside the bag, they got a Bluetooth speaker, a makeup and accessory bag. Are we gonna count that as another bag? Binoculars, which is weird, a power bank, and a game called Spoons, I guess. And if you feel like you simply have not spent enough money at this convention, do not fret, because paparazzi set up a boutique for you to go buy some more paparazzi branded stuff. You could wear a paparazzi hat while sitting on top of a mountain of chairs like this mannequin. Don't actually do that, it looks dangerous. They have jackets, sweatshirts, t-shirts, sunglasses, tumblers, more bags, gigantic chunky ugly jewelry, sticky notes, keychains, pens, probably more. I will give this to them. They went for a more understated approach this year. All of their branding and swag is usually like bright and obnoxious, but the choice to make almost everything black was, in my opinion, a good choice. Monday, July 24th marks their first opening of the 2023 Hall of Fame. As you can see, it's essentially a large convention hall that Paparazzi has set up as sort of an art gallery, but instead of art, it's pictures of the consultants that are making Paparazzi the most money, adorned with titles like the one seen here, Iconic Impressionista, on our favorite era's girl, Erica Cole. Erica also appears wearing this honestly badass jacket that I want, but yeah, so it says she's a six-figure earner, which seems low for Erica Cole. If you've been on this YouTube channel for a while, you may know that Erica Cole made a YouTube reality show with her sisters and her mom called Era's Girls, in which Erica shows off her Florida mansion, her lifestyle, but also talks about her journey with IVF, which is very expensive. The way she shows all of that off sounds like she should be a seven-figure earner. There's a big lifestyle gap between someone who makes $100,000 and $999,999 a year. So, you know, it's very vague. Erica did release a book this year, and I know she does speaking engagements too, so maybe she makes her money from that also, but I don't know. In my opinion, I would have expected Erica to make seven figures with Paparazzi. That all being said, she appears on a column type of display that only features 6 people as six-figure earners. If Paparazzi only has 6 people in the entire company that are making 6 figures per year, that's a big yikes. I'm only judging that by what I'm seeing on social media here, but yeah. They do have a section for 7-figure earners, but I only see 2 displayed here. The iconic Robin Mama Frank, who I featured in the intro of this video, and also Mandy Heinch. Again, this isn't much of a brag for Paparazzi. I can't find how many active Paparazzi consultants there are in the year of our Lord 2023, but Carla Neal Pierce said that her team in and of itself has 90,000 people, so it's gotta be over 100,000 at least. If only 2 consultants in Paparazzi are making over $1 million per year, that's bad. Like, even every other MLM has at least a few more millionaires than that, and we know that because these companies release income disclosure statements sometimes. So unless they're lying on those, which is also entirely possible, yeah, that's bad. $2 million earners per year, bad. After all of the controversies that we've been hearing about for the past few years with Paparazzi though, with the lead and the lawsuits and all that, I guess we can't be surprised how impossibly slim the chances are that you'll ever be successful in Paparazzi. You'll also notice that they have recognition boards for people who reach certain ranks. Carla Neal Pierce is an Impressionista, which is the 2nd highest rank. She gets a huge board dedicated to herself. Again, it goes to show that basically no one makes it up that high. There are boards for Life of the Party members here too. Life of the Party members are consultants who have purchased a certain amount of inventory.
Purchased, not necessarily sold.
So for example, Carla gets a $4,000 shopping spree with Founders because she made it to Life of the Party Pink Diamond. This means that she bought 150,000 PV, personal volume, worth of jewelry this year. Each piece of jewelry is worth 2 PV, so she bought 75,000 pieces of inventory to personally sell, meaning that she spent at least $206,250 on inventory. None of this means that she sold that much, however. And quite frankly, a $4,000 shopping spree doesn't seem like much of a reward for somebody who spent over $200,000 on their stupid jewelry. Also, I have been told that the items that you spend your $4,000 shopping spree money on is heavily influenced by the founders. So like, you don't even get to choose what you buy with it. And they insist that you buy designer clothes and bags and stuff like that because it's all about the image with these companies, especially Paparazzi. $4,000 won't get you that much in that department though. $4,000 will buy you like 2 designer pieces. I wouldn't know. I don't own designer anything, but I think it's pretty expensive. This is how, in 2018, friend of the channel and ex-Paparazzi consultant Tracey Reid managed to hit Life of the Party Empire Diamond while still managing to be over $200,000 in debt. To make it to Empire Diamond, you have to have a yearly PV of $300,000, meaning you bought over 150,000 freaking pieces of inventory, equaling an out-of-pocket cost of $412,500. on inventory that may never sell. Remember, it is not how much jewelry that these people sell, it's how much jewelry they buy, whether or not they sell it. So when you see all of these displays that are meant to bring recognition to these life of the party members, this isn't them congratulating them on being boss babes. It's saying, thank you for giving us literally hundreds of thousands of your own doll hairs, now go and try and sell the crap you bought. We'll cross our fingers for you and hope that you at least break even. It wouldn't be an attempt to recruit someone if you aren't singing the praises of your MLM while you're walking through this glorified portrait gallery. Here are some of my favorite moments from consultants on their walks through the Hall of Fame, featuring claims of financial freedom, good vibes, lies about the quality of the stones used in the pieces, and just delusion.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
So for those in the back that say that we don't make money, tell them watch us, right? Listen, sis.
Tell them, girl.
For those people all the way in the back, are we making money?
We make money from these $5 blings, honey.
Yes, honey.
It's awesome, like awesome.
Hey, join us on the pink side. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you, it's been the best $99 investment that I've made, and I'm working towards financial freedom, also early retirement. And I can just work for myself, right?
What company recognizes your accomplishments like all the time? You know, it's the company that recognizes, you know, you for the things that you do. Like most of the time at work, you get recognized when you're in trouble more than you do for, you know, when you're not. They just recognize us for all our accomplishments.
Continuing on with day one, we find ourselves at the party that Paparazzi threw for its first-time convention goers, even though the people who posted about this party were not first-time convention goers. I got most of this footage from Carla Neal Pierce, who is certainly not a first-timer.
This is the first-timers party. Are you having a good time?
I'm having a blast.
Anyway, so this event was held at the nightclub inside the MGM Grand called Hakkasan, which, side note, I've been there. I recognized the inside of this place right away. We stood in line for over 45 minutes to get in, and then when we got to the bar, one of my friends wanted water, and they were charging $18 freaking for a bottle of water. So we left. And that actually made me mad because I'm like, we just stood in line for 45 minutes and you're telling me we're going to leave right now? Yeah, I was annoyed. But what's more annoying is $18 for a bottle of water. And this was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. So it's probably more now because, you know, inflation. Anyway, let's hope that Paparazzi paid the tab for these people because you know none of them are making enough money to afford $18 water. They would literally have to sell 8 pieces of jewelry to profit enough to afford water inside this nightclub, let alone the drinks that were probably upwards of $40 if I had to guess. Not much to cover here though, because later that evening, the convention officially kicked off with a private concert by Kelsey Ballerini.
The Kelsey Ballerini concert is tonight, so tonight actually kicks off the official convention things.
I'm not in with all the country music hype, so I don't know who this chick is. There's not much to cover here either, except for this video, mid-concert, where we get our first glimpse at the size of this year's convention crowd, which is lackluster at best. This arena is made for more, okay? It can hold 17,000 people. In years prior, Paparazzi has filled this arena.
And I'm so sorry if you did not able to get one. It literally sold out today, record-breaking for the company.
Last year and now this year, the arena looks like this for a top country music star's private concert. If you paid $245 for a ticket to this convention, even if you don't know who Kelsey Ballerini is, wouldn't you go check it out at least? Paparazzi conventions always have big stars in their lineup, even if you don't know who they are. You can post videos and pictures and stuff all over your timeline, and someone on your friends list probably will know who they are, and that's gonna make them jealous. So why wouldn't anyone show up to this? Tuesday begins with their first general session. This conference had 2 keynote speakers who showed up on different days. I'm just gonna address them both in this section here. First of all, Erica Cole made this post reminding convention goers that they may not record general sessions, as that would be non-compliant. So we don't have much from these sessions, but we did have a few rule breakers in the house, honey. So we do get to have a bit of a glimpse into it. As people flood into the arena, they have a hype man DJ dude interacting with the crowd, getting the energy going. This all goes down at 9 a.m. in Las Vegas. I don't need to tell you this, but people don't wake up until noon when they're vacationing on the Vegas Strip. Like 9 a.m. is early for Vegas. So of course you need somebody on stage who has had 12 cups of coffee to really get that energy pumping.
And the people are still coming in, so I'm sure this arena will be totally packed in the next few minutes.
It was not packed. That's some serious copium. You can see hundreds of unfilled seats up here. The back has a ton of empty seats, and this is the point where everyone is going to be there. You do not miss general session at an MLM convention. You just do not. That's basically the main reason you're there. Here are the founders on stage welcoming everyone to their first general session. As you watch this, don't be surprised if you find yourself asking, what in the cult shit is this?
Paparazzi, welcome to Made for More, the biggest paparazzi party of the year.
We are honestly thrilled that all of you are here.
This is what paparazzi is all about. More of you!
Are you ready? Paparazzi, we're about to have more fun, make more memories, and we're doing it with all of you because you add a little more sparkle to our lives. We're gonna amp up this stage right here and right now. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023
I did find this longer portion of Misty's speech. The audio isn't great, but there were some key points I wanted to feature here, and I'll put subtitles on the screen so you can follow along.
Ever hit the like button and have no viewers? Ever told your story, felt like it didn't resonate? You ever get tired? Facebook issues? Ever get frustrated? So you listen to the negative talk in your head or in the chat. Guess what? I know what it feels like to fail from the other side of the world. Have somebody tell me, hey, this is your sign. You should just give up. I mean, you gave it your best shot. I think it'd be best if you quit.
I find it interesting that they bring up the whole negative talk in the chat thing at their annual convention. You know that it's a big enough issue if the founders themselves need to address it on stage at their annual convention. She mentions that someone told her, that's your sign, you need to give up. As shitty as this sounds, yeah. The negative comments, you know, as long as they're not personal attacks or anything like that, are justified because you are selling allegedly lead-laced, nickel-laced, arsenic-laced jewelry to unsuspecting people online, and you will happily recruit any of them if they ask, because then you can start making money when they buy inventory to sell to unsuspecting people online. You are actively scamming people, and we just want to make sure that you're aware of that. This is your sign to get out, and I have no issue saying that at all. Misty Kirby wants you to keep trying this paparazzi boss babe lifestyle thing so that you can keep funding her lifestyle. Listen to your conscience. You and I both know that there are parts of this business that are making you uncomfortable actively right now. There's a reason for that. Get out. Also, a little bit of racism coming from Misty Kirby when she's describing the way Chinese people speak in different regions.
So Mandarin Chinese technically is a made-up language. It was created to have easier business and basically allow the country as a whole to be able to speak to each other for all intents and purposes. It changes from region and location, and it sounds entirely different. Sometimes it's got a ching, 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 ching. Other times, roll, 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 roll.
She also talks poorly about the food in the region of China that she was in. She explains that Chinese people working in their Chinese warehouse wanted to show their gratitude by sharing a meal with her, as is customary over there. And when the dishes were served, there were scorpions on her plate.
The Chinese show their gratitude towards food, which I very much appreciate. But I have eaten an insane amount of things. Ever had octopus steamed rice? Big pile of rice. Squirt the octopus steamed carrot on top. Scorpions came under my nose. Completely full of scorpions. You'll be happy to know all 4 founders have eaten scorpion. Chew on it for hours. Days. Dude, you might chew on that thing for weeks. Hakuna Matata! When he pulls the giant worm out of the ground? That's what a silkworm looks like.
For the record, scorpions are not only considered a delicacy in China, but they've also been utilized in traditional Chinese medicine. But no, Misty uses this to be like, ew, oh my god, you guys, did you even know what I had to go through to even make this company? Ew. And then she makes a freaking Hakuna Matata joke when she's served silkworms, which, by the way, are also a delicacy in China and Korea and Thailand. Hey Misty, how about you be grateful for like 5 seconds here? You don't have to shit all over other cultures. It's not cute. I saw 2 posts talking about Trent Kirby, except they called him Pastor Kirby, so it sounds like he did some kind of sermon. Your mind will quit way before your body ever will. Make sure your mind is tough enough to do it. Overcome your mind. Whatever dream you're going after is absolutely possible. Life happens to all of us, but nothing can deter you from your destination if you keep moving. Pastor Trent always comes through, holding us accountable to our individual visions and understanding the obstacles that may come while on the road to them. But he always gives it straight with no chaser. When you find your 6, keep them and make sure that you're part of the 6 for someone else. The 6 is a group that will hold you down and keep you uplifted and making sure you get to your final destination. Be there for someone and someone will be there for you. I do my best to be a supportive person and pray that I've been a part of the 6 for someone else. Lord, I thank you for my 6 you are sending my way, and be that support I need. A tribe of finishers who are in steady pursuit of what they've been made for.
I need you to write something down. Your mind will quit way before your body ever will. So stop worrying about if your body can handle it and make sure that your mind is tough enough to do it.
Unfortunately, I couldn't really find any other clips from this sermon of sorts, if you will. But I did see a lot of people mentioning this find your 6 thing, which, like, why not make it 7, Trent? I don't know where he gets this from, and maybe he made this up, maybe he pulled it from someone else, I don't know. But you're gonna be a pastor and spread the number 6 around like this? Because 7 is supposed to be like the holy number. That's supposed to be God's number of completion and fullness and whatever, so like that would go more with the theme. I think at this point I would make a better pastor than Trent. But I also want to point out how strange this is. Hey, you guys are in Sin City, the city of sin, Las Vegas, Nevada. This isn't church camp. You're in Vegas. But also, it is odd, and we point this out a lot, but so many MLMs cling on so tightly to religion. Almost to say, like, unless you're faithful to Christianity, you're not gonna fit in here. So why would you alienate a big portion of the population like that? Now, I understand that, you know, the founders of Paparazzi are Mormon. Their headquarters is in Utah. Like, I get that. But to push your faith so hard that you're preaching a sermon at your annual convention, it's just strange. Because if you were to go to like any other normal company's annual convention or retreat or something like that, you most likely won't stumble into something like this, but in MLMs you do all the time. So the keynote speakers at this year's convention were Jeremy Anderson and Vernice Flygirl Armour. Again, they weren't supposed to be recording any of this, but we had a rule breaker, friends. If you want to see Jeremy Anderson's keynote speech, I live streamed it and provided commentary on this YouTube channel. I'll have it linked down below. But all you really need to know is that he did a lot of pandering to the crowd, which is made up of 99% women, if that tells you you anything. He also shat all over modern medicine and prescription drugs for no reason whatsoever, and he had them do some culty call and response thing. It was a mess. With Vernice Flygirl armor, someone did record the entire thing, but the audio was so bad that I could not fix it. You basically can't tell what she's saying in any of the recording.
Call when you're in contact that building. Follow the first road.
Pretty much all we have are snippets like this one of her running around and high-fiving people. There's not much going on in this video, but I find it interesting how many empty seats there are. Again, this is a general session and a keynote speaker. You do not miss general session. But anyway, there's a little bit of the beginning of her speech in this video, and we have a few angles of it, one posted by Flygirl herself. She literally asks Misty Kirby for some bling. Trust me, Flygirl, if you even knew what that bling is allegedly made out of, you wouldn't want it anywhere near you. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to really hear any significant part of her speech. I mean, if you're gonna break the rules, at least do it right. Following the general session, consultants were able to walk through the showroom to see all of the Z pieces and upcoming fall collection. If you didn't know, each year the top 10 Life of the Party members get to design their own piece of jewelry and model it on stage. They have a piece named after them and they sell it for $25 instead of the regular $5. As I mentioned earlier, Life of the Party is based on how much inventory you bought, not how much jewelry you sold. And again, this is how Tracey was able to win the honor of designing the Tracey while also being $200,000 in debt. She bought enough inventory to make it to the top of Life of the Party, Empire Diamond, but she didn't actually sell enough of it to turn a profit. Most likely these Z-piece winners aren't doing well financially, but they certainly come off as the rich people at the top who you would aspire to be. I wouldn't want to be any of them. I'll keep my financial security, thanks.
Like I spent a real lot of money.
Of course, we're not going to go over every single piece in the showroom, but here are some of my favorites. Specifically, this Sunset Sightings line that looks like children's jewelry. This looks like something that I would have bought from Hot Topic in 2004. I'm not the most hip when it comes to fashion trends, but is this really something that people are wearing right now? It feels really dated. This charm bracelet is something my 7-year-old daughter probably wouldn't even want to wear. It looks like a child made it in arts and crafts time. At what point does a ring get too big? I feel like that has absolutely crossed the line. Paparazzi loves big, ugly, giant rings, but this one is just stupid. Can you even bend your finger if you're wearing this? Also, it looks like orange jello. You cannot convince me that an adult human designed this necklace. This is a craft project by a 5-year-old. This is what you get when you buy a little girl her very first jewelry making bead kit. Is there anyone watching this video who would legitimately wear this? I'm genuinely interested to know what kind of adult human would look at this and say, oh my god, I must have it. Asymmetry can be cute and cool and different, but this looks like a mistake. Like, this looks like it was not done on purpose. It's making both sides of my brain fight with each other when I look at it, and I hate it. It's bothering me. And I'm not actually mad at the lock pendant, it's just the rest of it. They have a lot of turquoise pieces, which as a Southwesterner, I have an appreciation for this style of jewelry, but this ring, oh my god, no. It's another giant ring with the ugliest fake beads that they could find, and the consultant in this video claims that every bead is going to be different because these are natural stones. No, I've seen a lot of natural turquoise and tiger's eye in my life, and these are not real. You are selling $5 jewelry. Real turquoise jewelry goes for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Stop this. Save it. I've had enough. Here we have another child's arts and crafts project. It's not even a little bit cute, and there's an equally as ugly bracelet to go with it. I'm sensing a trend here. This is another piece that should be sold at Claire's. This is for children. I mean, it's like for adults, but it should be for children. So is this bracelet. The random colored beads are very children's jewelry. Oh look, more jewelry made by actual babies. Claire's called, they want their children's jewelry back. I'm just gonna do a slideshow here of the rest of the ugly pieces in their showcase this year, but dear God, there is no way that this is trendy. Most of this stuff should be sold at Icing or Claire's. If you're wearing this stuff over the age of 12, I'm concerned for you. Like, I am legitimately concerned. Mind you, Paparazzi used to have a children's line, but I'm pretty sure they shut it down last year. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they really should just be a children's line at this point. But no, grown adults are wearing this stuff. Okay, I mean, I'll admit that there are some pieces pieces that they sell that I don't hate. I don't hate everything they sell, but for the most part, none of this is cute or wearable, in my opinion. This entire convention has been revolving around this. These are their products. It's so ridiculous when you remember that. The Z collection pieces are all huge and gaudy, but this one is particularly bad. The Laura. Dear God. Imagine spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on paparazzi inventory to win a Z piece of your own, and this is what you get. Now, if you're among the group of consultants to make rank in Life of the Party, Paparazzi throws your own Life of the Party at Hakkasan. Again, in this video posted by our favorite paparazzi boss babe, Erica Cole, everyone is kinda just sitting around. Wow, looks fun. Carla was there too and posted this video of everyone filming Misty Kirby dancing at the DJ booth like a ding-dong. Like, nobody is dancing with her, they're all just filming her. She's a middle-aged, rich, white Mormon lady. This is cringe. And speaking of cringe, actually, we have a Furby sighting.
Everybody's looking for something.
And if I had to watch this part, so do you. I noticed he was holding a can. I thought that maybe he was just letting loose and having a beer, but no, he's just drinking Red Bull that he probably paid $30 for because this is Hakkasan after all. Taylor Kirby has said that he drinks like multiple energy drinks per day, so this dude is always wired. I think he may even have another can in his pocket, or is he just happy to see me? Ew, I'm sorry. Anyway, all the footage from this event is basically a bunch of middle-aged women dancing to the YMCA and also 50 Cent. I know that sounds interesting, but it's actually super not. There's really nothing to see here, trust me. Let's jump off of the paparazzi corporate train for a minute. The paparazzi corporate train. If you will, and take a peek into what Erica Cole and her team was doing later this evening. Oh, they're doing the wobble. So this is footage from a private event that Erica Cole held for her personal team, the $5 Bling Bosses. The theme was denim and diamonds, even though we all know that none of paparazzi's jewelry is made from actual diamonds. April was there. Yet another Era's girl making an appearance in this video. Also, I guess Erica has a messed up foot? How unfortunate to be spending 4 or more days in Las Vegas with a goofed up foot. The amount of walking you end up doing, even if you're just walking through your hotel, is exhausting. Erica's out here doing it with a messed up foot. Good for her. At least she wasn't injured enough to yell at her team and tell them to stop sitting around.
Why is this whole table sitting down? If y'all don't get up, if this old lady table, if y'all don't get y'all behind up, what is y'all doing over here?
Well, they partied a little too hard and they all fell asleep in their limo. Aw, poor Era's girls. Go get some rest. You have another general session early tomorrow. Wednesday began with another general session. This video I'm showing you of someone entering the arena says the second general session starts in 2 minutes, and I think that this is the best view of all of the empty seats we've gotten so far. Yeah, if they can afford the MGM Grand again next year, I will be shocked. Seems like it started off with a runway show modeling all of those beautiful fall pieces. I just have to wonder what these models think of the jewelry. Surely they all know they're bad, right? And then Misty Kirby shows up and dances awkwardly again. That's basically all the footage I could find from the second general session. This is the evening where Paparazzi held their annual Black and White Gala, which is a recognition ceremony where all the paparazzi boss babes get to dress up in their red carpet show-stopping looks and take pictures that really show off the glamour of it all. I feel like they always have this guy being the MC at this event every year. He says some interesting stuff in the speech though, check it out.
Our famous paparazzi pink can generate some serious green. In 2022, we had not only one, but 2 consultants achieved the 7-figure Bling Boss Award.
I find it hilarious that he's like, paparazzi pink can generate some serious green, and then right after that he says that only 2 people have generated 7 figures in paparazzi in the past year. The room is full of thousands of people and only 2 of them have achieved financial freedom. If that isn't enough to show you that it's basically impossible to make it to the top of an MLM, then I don't know what will. And sure, you can say, but Savannah, there were 6 six-figure earners, and to that I say, okay, 8 people out of tens of thousands, if not over 100,000 people have made at least $100,000 in a year. That sucks. Those are really bad statistics. So we all realize how absolutely impossible it is to achieve this kind of success in paparazzi, right? You can't get rich selling paparazzi jewelry. You just cannot. The only way is to recruit thousands of people beneath you and convince them to keep buying inventory so that you can keep getting those bonus checks. It's honestly disgusting, huh, Pip? At this ceremony, the Z-Piece winners and high-ranking life of the party members, probably some others, all get to walk across the stage. Paparazzi did post this video on their official Facebook of Misty Kirby. Why is she wearing a wedding dress? Like, I get it, it's a black and white gala, but Misty, this is a wedding dress. Anyway, you can't understand a damn thing that she says, except the first part of this sentence.
The higher the number of personally sponsored active consultants on a team, the more all-in the team is.
Let's play a game. What's Misty's line anyway? The show where the queen of the $5 jewelry scam says part of a sentence and we all have to make up the rest of it. The beginning of the sentence said, the higher the number of personally sponsored active consultants on a team, the more A, money we make because recruiting is actually what makes us rich. B, people that we can take advantage of. C, butts that we can put in these seats so that maybe next year the place won't look so empty. Or D, lawsuits that will be filed against us for being a pyramid scheme. I don't know, it had to be one of those, right? But so she introduces this singular lady as the only member in Crown Club 200 and 250, meaning she personally recruited 250 people who stayed active for 3 consecutive months. If that's the most anyone has done, that doesn't seem like a lot. The biggest recruiters in other MLMs brag about recruiting way more than that, like all the time, unless they're lying. Yeah, actually, no, they're probably lying. But also, imagine being proud of winning an award for recruiting the most people into a pyramid scheme. Like, that's not a brag at all. So then everyone has to watch her photo op with the founders both times, which takes a few minutes, so it's really awkward. The ceremony ends with the MC telling people that they need to go take selfies in the grand ballroom and post them with the Made for More 2023 hashtag, and yeah, they all did that. He also says, when one consultant succeeds, we all succeed, and that couldn't be less true. The elite uplines and paparazzi succeed off of the actual financial losses of their team, period. No one can succeed at all if most people are not losing. If 99% of people are losing so that the top 1% can be successful, then the business model is working exactly as it was intended to. Oh, and then they blasted them with confetti. And then we got to enjoy watching every single person in the audience whip out their phones and start bragging about how amazing this experience was. It must be an emotional ride in there because it made this Z-Piece winner say stuff like this as she was walking out.
Yeah, this is amazing. The experience is amazing. It's amazing. I am not apologizing because I'm living in the moment. I'm living in the moment. I'm living in my moment. I'm living in my moment. Support us, sis. You know, it's good to have the recognition. I need the sales. So y'all, next year, no excuses. Don't allow life to get in the way. Don't allow life to just stop you.
The brainwashing is so real. It's sad, honestly. But hey, she woke up the next morning ready to get back on Facebook Live for their final day of convention with a cowbell? At the final general session, Trent and Misty announced that they're starting a nonprofit called Niños Matter to help children around the world, which is a great sentiment. Okay, can't hate on them for that. But you know what I can hate on them for? How vague this project is. On their website, under the Our Focus tab, it just lists other charities. They seem to have tight ties to the Niños de Cristo Foundation, or directly translated as Children of Christ Foundation. I just think that using the name of Christ in your foundation name is pandering, and quite frankly, I'm less willing to donate to any charity that spouts religion off at the people that they're trying to help. They list on the website that they want to bring a quality education to impoverished children, but I don't trust people like the Kirbys to provide actually good education to anyone. anyone. There's a picture on their website of, I'm pretty sure that's Misty Kirby, holding a roll of painter's tape and then standing back while young Dominican men do all the work, so that's cute. Their About Us page is a detailed article about how great the founders are, so they gave us plenty of information on this page. And then under Get Involved, it lists their recent projects, such as painting a court, building a home, and building a wall. That's literally all they have listed on their website. That is the stuff that they're going to be using this money for. I'm sorry, but this just feels like the Paparazzi founders started this to be like, look at how good of people we are, we're the best ever. And while sure, yeah, it's nice to build a house for a family and paint some concrete and build a wall, it just seems more like a photo op for them. That's just my opinion, and maybe it's a bad take, but basically, Misty and Trent stand on this stage and ask their paparazzi family to donate to fund this passion project of theirs. And they don't give any other details except for the children. And this is frustrating also because we're all gonna start seeing the paparazzi distributors talking about how generous this company is and join my team for the children. Like, I say that as I'm laughing, but mark my words, it's really gross. And it's gonna get shoved down our throats in the same way that Unique shoves their foundation for abused women down our throats. I guarantee that it's gonna be a tone-deaf shit show, and I am not looking forward to seeing those posts. They also had a panel where Robin Frank got up there and just sobbed uncontrollably.
What is paparazzi giving me? You gave me my life. November 2013, I'm in Denver, Colorado selling jewelry. My back hurt really bad. And I went home on a Saturday, and Wednesday I was put in the hospital, and Friday I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma bone cancer and was given 2 to 5 years to live. 2014, I came to convention to say goodbye because so many of you had loved me and sent me texts and gifts and messages to say we're praying for you, but I wasn't doing good. And I went home from that convention deciding I wasn't taking any more morphine, I wasn't doing any more chemo, because if I was only going to live 2 years, I was going to live every minute of it. And that's when I learned to love my life.
I don't get it. So, did paparazzi cure your cancer then? She was given a prognosis of 2 to 5 years, and then she stopped taking chemo in 2014. Now she's magically better, and paparazzi gave her her life? Like, of course, I'm glad that she's doing better, but what are we supposed to be taking from this? There's a lot of emotional manipulation going on here. There's a reason why this panel is at the end. They wanted you to leave seeing Mama Frank crying and you know, hearing her story, and then you'll feel so empowered to go home and work your biz. It's messed up. The convention closed out with a private concert by freaking Janet Jackson, which no one watched with their own eyes. They were all recording it from their phones so that they could brag to their teams back at home, and maybe try to convince some friends and family to join so that they might be able to come to convention next year. Someone also did this.
Thank you so much for this, I love it.
Girl, you don't have to lie. You don't love that bracelet. Why is it so huge? Girl, throw that thing in the garbage. The audacity of these people to think that Janet Jackson would willingly choose to wear paparazzi jewelry. Yuck. Ew. Gross. I can't. So that was the end of the Paparazzi Made for More 2023 convention, but that was not the end of the story. Also, I need to thank Emily Jones for sending me this video and also for posting it on her YouTube channel. I ended up having to rip this video from her YouTube channel that she covered this video on because Daniel Baker, as seen in this video, actually has deleted it from her Facebook. But thank you, Emily, for keeping it in the webosphere so that we could all watch it together.
Just got back from convention. Jason and I have been not feeling so good, so I took a COVID test when I got home. It was negative, and after multiple people contacted me and said, hey, you might want to take it again, I did today, and it was positive. So this is my 6th time. with this stupid thing.
You heard that right. Multiple consultants contacted this woman and said, hey, you should probably take a COVID test. And then she's confirmed positive for the 6th time. She mentions she got the jab, and that makes me wonder if maybe she just got 1 dose and was like, I'm never doing that again. She probably, most certainly, doesn't have her booster, if I had to guess.
Yes, I did get the jab, unfortunately. See, I wish to God I'd never gotten vaccinated, but that's just another conversation for another day.
6 times is a ridiculous amount for someone to get COVID. If I had to guess, she just got 1 dose and stopped. Maybe she got J&J and then never got a booster. You know, I don't know, obviously. So it's like, no wonder you've had it 6 times. By the way, I didn't realize that I was due for a bivalent booster, and I got it done a few months ago. So if you haven't received a COVID booster since September 2022, you're probably due for a bivalent booster, and those are the ones that cover all the new strains and stuff. So you're probably not up to date, and you can get appointments at basically any pharmacy. Like, I had some available the same day. So if you haven't done that, please do. Clearly, from what we're seeing here, COVID is still a thing, and we should still be staying up to date with our vaccines. But anyway, it seems like when you start packing these people into enclosed spaces together, we start hearing about COVID again. And before anyone gets all uppity in the comments, like, yeah, I realize that you can still get COVID even if you're vaccinated. We've all lived in the same world for the past 3 years. This is common knowledge. But what's also common knowledge is that when you're vaccinated for COVID, you generally show less signs and symptoms. So if everybody got back from convention and they all started feeling like crap at the same time, and they all decided to test at the same time, then they must have been tipped off by symptoms, period. And then with the anti-prescription med rant that Jeremy Anderson went on in his keynote speech, watch that live stream if you haven't already. It's wild. And then, of course, with Robin Frank saying that she stopped doing chemo by choice, which, okay, yeah, that's her choice. But, like, the crowd cheered for it and everything. I think it's safe to say that the anti-vax rhetoric that killed over 20 people 2 years ago is still going strong today. Sure, maybe this lady has been vaccinated, or at least like partially vaccinated, but I would be willing to put money down and bet that most of these conference attendees weren't vaccinated. And that's why this is happening again. Here's a post from another paparazzi distributor confirming their positive test. Good even, Facebook friends and family. I just wanted to let everyone who has been around me at the paparazzi convention know I tested positive for COVID. If you aren't feeling quite yourself, please go and get tested. I was feeling okay yesterday, and after the concert, I crashed, started having the hot and cold sweats, and now wheezing in my lungs. I pray that everyone is okay, but you never know. Take care of you. I hope this passes very soon. I'm thankful my hubby is negative so he can take care of me. This consultant acknowledges the multiple illnesses coming from convention by saying, so many paparazzi consultants coming back from convention feeling ill. Hope it's not COVID. Well, guess what? It is COVID. It's been confirmed. What did you all expect? Anyway, hopefully this is the worst of it. And while we did see people coming home sick with COVID last year after convention also, I don't think anyone died. I don't think I even heard about anyone being hospitalized because of COVID, so let's hope that that's the case this year too. If I hear anything, I'll keep you guys updated. And finally, for the month of August, they're running a special where you actually get to choose the pieces that you get in your starter kit. Ooh, now that sounds like something that is just how it is, you know? But no, it's not. This is in true LuLaRoe fashion. Paparazzi always gave you a starter kit where you don't get to pick anything. They just gave you a bunch of random pieces. But now, hey, you get to pick! So they must be hurting for recruits. This is all I have for you this time. Thank you for making it to this point in the video, and I'm sure you've noticed that there are names scrolling past you on the screen, and those are the names of my Patreon and YouTube membership supporters. They get access to things like our private Discord server, we have a postcard club, sometimes they get early access to videos, and sometimes even more than that. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. Whatever platform you want to join on is fine by me. So with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Amber Price, Baby Pink Pearl, Alice Wagner, Laura Jensen, Miss Blue, Carol Campbell, Ari, Martine Hubert, Amy Louise, Mira S.I.K., LaSalle Story, Mother Dragon 82, Han Bjornson, Fallon Lowry, Hannah, Carrie K, Love to Be Evil, The Best Elephant, Jessica Billhart, Emion, Auntie Lou, Hula Chowdown, Jacqueline Nutton, Janelle Pratt, Pratt, Elizabeth Wyatt, Kessie Drew, Nitty Dragon, Leanne, Sheila Tapia, Amy Dolinak, Caroline Reed, Charlotte Treese, Daniel Urena, Maddie Darley, Ray, Shayna, Tuesday the 13th, and Turd Ferguson. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. And even if you're not a financial supporter, thanks for making it to the end of this video. You just being here helps my channel get seen by more people, so I do appreciate that. Keep making waves, babes, and I will smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami out.